Alright, welcome to my video. My name's Eckogen. The purpose of this video is to explain how to properly tank Raven King during pizza phase. The reason why I'm releasing a guide on this now is because way too often I see messy tanking for pizza phase when I'm doing BT on my alts. Hopefully this guide will improve people's tanking abilities for Raven King during pizza phase. Now personally I like to start on this 6 o'clock arrow right here where I'm standing. The reason why I start here is because it's larger and it's easier to see for pizza phase. You can start on the smaller line in between the two arrows if you want. It doesn't matter as long as you tell your raid ahead of time. That way they know where the established safe zone will be. So to properly maintain the safe zone, because the goal of the tank is to keep the safe zone in the same spot as it initially was created. The safe zone is a 60-degree safe zone. And in order to keep it in the same spot, you have to move counterclockwise 60 degrees during the formation of pizza. So, for example, since I'm starting on this line right here where I have my mouse, during pizza creation, I would move 60 degrees counterclockwise, meaning I would go to this next line right here. So this line here that has the arrow. And then the next one I move to is this line here. And the next one would be the one right behind this boss. Next would be here. Next is here. And then back to my starting position. Now you can tank on this smaller line. So if you notice there's like a line right between these two arrows. You can start on that as well. But if you're starting on there, then your next movement will be to the smaller line in between the arrows. So you just basically have to be consistent with your movement depending on where you start. So if you're starting on the arrows, you move from the big arrows to the next one. If you're starting on the small lines, you move from small line to the next small line to this next small line here, next one here. There's one right there. You can barely see it. This one right here, just under the buff bar. And then back to your original position here. So you just have to be consistent depending on which line you start on. All right, so since I'm at 6 o'clock, the established safe zone is right here. It's 60 degrees. Now, if you notice that I'm also starting at 30%. So 30% and 80% pizza phase is nearly the same. The only difference in 30% is that after 2 full attack rotations, the tank will be rooted. So I'll get into that later into this video. Otherwise, 30% and 80%, they're the same. So as pizza is forming, that is when you move 60 degrees counterclockwise. And then you wait for it to finish. Now it's starting again, so now you move. All right, so now we'll talk about his attacks. So his attacks, he follows a very specific pattern. So this right here is his 3-hit attack. That right there is the third hit you need to watch out for. So that third hit will knock you back if you do get hit by that. So you need to make sure you block that third hit. This next attack is his 4-hit attack. That is his 4th hit right there, so you have to make sure you block that attack. After those attacks, he's going to do either a spin or a fire breath. So it's a fire breath. So if he's doing a fire breath, and let's say you're caught on the pizza because you can't move yet because it hasn't completed, then you need to, not CC, but you need to iframe it. So if you're going to use an iframe, make sure it's an iframe that either keeps you in that line so you're not moving the pizza. And then notice how I'm only moving to the next line during the creation of pizza. Once it's completed, then you move. So now I move. And now he's going to start his attack rotation again. So here is the triple attack. So make sure you block that third hit right there. Now he's going to do 4 attacks again. Block that 4th hit. Now he's going to do a fire breath or spin. Okay, so that animation right there is his spin attack. So as a tank, stop DPSing right away, even before that. And then you need to back up just a little bit because if you're too close, you're going to get stunned. If you hit into it, it'll deflect and it'll stun you. And then, so that is 2 full attack rotations. So in 30%, the tank is going to be rooted for 10 seconds. This is going to cause the pizza to shift. It's going to shift clockwise 60 degrees, and it's going to shift twice. It'll shift one at a time. So people in your raid need to move accordingly. As a tank, you can't really do anything. His CC bar is also going to open up, so people need to CC this. So there's the CC. So there you go, it got shifted 60 degrees clockwise once, so people need to move. And then it's going to shift again. So as a tank, do not panic. Once you're unrooted, just move to the next line as you're supposed to. And then this will now maintain the new safe zone. And then now the boss is going to resume his attack pattern. So remember that his attack pattern is the triple swipe, 4-hit attack, fire breath, or spin. And then he's going to repeat that. So after 2 full rotations, then he roots the tank. But that's only in 30%. In 80%, he doesn't do that. So here's the 4th hit. Remember, you need to block the 4th hit. Now he's going to do either a fire breath or spin. So here's the fire breath. And now he's going to do his attack again. So here comes the triple attack. Make sure you block the last attack. So the last attack is the one that hits you. If you do get knocked down like I did right there, use your tab right away. Do not F-roll, because if you're too far away, he's going to automatically kill you. And then block the last hit. Fire breath or a spin. It's fire breath. So that is 2 full rotations. So once again, the tank is going to be rooted for 10 seconds. So now it's going to shift twice, 60 degrees clockwise during this. And of course, his CC bar is opened up, so people need to CC. And because a lot of people were dead, the CC did not happen. So when there's no CC, he sucks everyone into the middle, and then he knocks everyone away. But that is basically how you tank Raven King in Pizza Phase. So remember that you just need to, I guess, memorize his attack pattern. So remember that he does first the 3-hit attack. It's the 3rd attack you need to block. Then he does a 4-hit attack. The 4th attack you need to block. So there's a pattern there. You block the last attack, because the last attack is the one where it knocks you back. And then he's going to do either a fire breath or a spin. Remember, if it's a spin, you need to back off a little bit. Do not hit into it. And then that's considered 1 full attack pattern. So after 2 full attack patterns in 30%, tank gets rooted for 10 seconds. Not much you can do. The pattern, the pizza will shift twice, so the party will need to move accordingly to that. So there we go. That is how you tank Raven King during Pizza Phase. I will, of course, include everything I've said in the video description below. If you still have questions about tanking, please feel free to comment below and ask me. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps.